Howdy everyone, my name is Viviana Roqueta, and today I'm going to talk about cognitive and implicit bias as it relates to conflict management and resolution. Before we get started, let's talk about learning outcomes. From this section, you will be able to define cognitive and implicit bias, identify how bias plays a role in conflict management, and learn strategies to address your own personal bias. First, let's define cognitive bias. Cognitive bias are tendencies or patterns of systematic errors in thinking. It affects our judgment, decision-making, memory, and behavior of everyday life. Our brains are constantly processing information, and it cannot process all of the information coming in at once. So instead, it uses cognitive bias to fill in the gaps in order to make meaning of everything happening around us. Disputants may experience cognitive bias in the conflict management process. For example, disputants may create their own narrative without looking at the other perspective. Additionally, they can experience bias blind spot where they can recognize others' biases but not their own. Implicit bias is the subconscious attitudes, stereotypes, and beliefs towards social identity groups that we hold. It impacts how we judge others based on race, ability, culture, gender, language, sexual orientation, or gender expression. Implicit bias affects all parties in the conflict mediation process, but specifically the mediator. For example, as a mediator, when taking narratives, one may experience a bias towards a gender and how they manage emotions. The first step in addressing your bias is to first acknowledge and accept that they exist. The second would be to identify what specific biases you hold and how you navigate the world. And 3, use strategies to challenge your own bias on a continuous basis. Here are some strategies to address your own bias. You can take the implicit association test to promote your own self-awareness. You can also create opportunities for new knowledge and exchange information with others through facilitated discussions. Lastly, you can participate in training sessions to increase your knowledge about biases and how to navigate the world.